Everyone, and welcome back to TAL, also known as Teach as We Learn. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to solve inequalities. Let's begin. So solving inequalities is actually pretty much like solving equations. However, instead of an equal sign, we could have these four signs. Okay, that's awful, but we can have these four signs, and I'm just going to go a little in depth about what each sign means and what does it mean in inequality. So this is the greater than sign, so I'm just going to put a G. This is greater than or equal to, so I'm just going to put GE. And then this is our less than sign, and then this is our less than or equal to sign. So how you can differentiate between greater than less sign is greater than is basically like two points facing towards the side of the inequality, whereas less than will have one. If that doesn't make sense, it's all right. I'll explain it throughout I'll explain it right. So basically, if we have an example equation such as x plus 3 greater than 8, then this side would be greater than 8. So x plus 3 would be greater than or be larger than 8. However, if we read from this side, right, because this is one point facing, so we can tell that 8 is less than x plus 3. So 8's value is less or smaller than x plus 3. Now, if I put a little line here, that means greater than or equal to. So that would mean that x plus 3 is larger than 8, or it's equal to 8. So the line just means equal to. And then you can see the difference between the greater sign and the greater equal is just this line. Then we have less than. So if I just quickly erase this. Okay. So if I put less than like this, then this would mean that x plus 3 is smaller than or it's less than 8. And then the equals to could mean that x plus 3 is less than 8 or equal to 8. So this is how all these four signs mean, and that's the only change with equations and inequalities. It's these signs. So now that we've cleared it up a little bit, we're going to begin solving inequalities. So I have an inequality on the board. 2x plus 2 is less than 10. So it's literally just the same. So I'll move the 2 over here, and I will have to do, 2x plus 0, and then I'd subtract 2 because 2 minus 2 equals 0. And then, I will erase that, and then minus 2, what I don't, I got it to the other, and then we have remaining 2x is less than 8. And then I divide to get x is less than 4. And boom, that's how you got your answer. The only difference is the less than sign. And basically, it doesn't really make much of a difference in this situation. And then, when you check, you're just going to check the same way. So and plug in 4 to 2, that would be 8 plus 2 is less than 10, and 10 plus 10. So this part, it's less than is sort of just equals 10. Basically, like solving equations, they're supposed to equal the same, both sides. So 10 each side, so we know our answer is correct. So this is basically 1x variable inequalities, and then whenever if we do 2x variables, so suppose we say 2x plus 4 is greater than 8x plus 2. So we remove the inequality which has the less side, that'd be 2, and minus 2x, because we want this to be 4 only. And then so this would be gone. What do you do on one side, got to do another, is minus 2x. And you'd get 4 less than 6x plus 2. Then you would move the 2 here. So minus 2, don't get to 0. And then your answer would be 2 is less than 6x. However, if you're like me and you'd like your x to be on this side, then you would just switch the signs. So this is greater than, so just go to less than. And then you'd put 6x then 2. Maybe a little difference that you see is that our x is negative. And this is where this little special case comes in. This is the reason why I made this video, because this is in detail that you should know. So it's negative 8x plus 2 greater than 10. So we have negative 8x, but that's just a little observation, right? But for now, we're just going to solve it like regular, and we're going to move the 2 over here. So we would do minus 2 as 8x. We want 8x plus 0. Or you can also do it minus 0. I'll do minus 0 this time. And what number can we add or subtract to make it 0? Would be minus 2. So that goes away. And then whatever you do on one side, you've got to do on the other side. So we do minus 2 here. Then we do minus 2 here as well. And then we get negative 8x greater than 8. However, there's something different about this, right? Usually our x is positive, but in this case, it's negative. So to make it a positive x, or right, positive 1x, we have to divide this by negative 8. Because negative by negative makes it positive. And then, right, whatever you do on one side, got to do on the other side. So we get x is worth negative 1. However, this sign is not going to be greater than anymore. You will flip the sign. So right now there are 2 points here. We want this face, we want 1 point facing x. So if 1 point here and 2 points here, that makes a less than sign, like this. I can't do that. But basically, you just flip the sign if you encounter a negative x while solving inequalities. And then that's it. Your value is right here. So basically, all this is just, it's solving inequalities is literally solving like equations. However, if you ever face a negative x variable, then you've got to flip the sign. That's it. If you understand this little concept, then you're good to go for solving inequalities. So, yeah. So this was our first actual video of algebra course. And next time, we are going to be learning about literal equations. So see you then.